Howdy y'all, it's Chris with Show and Fitness, favorite trainer with the belt buckle. Today in class we're going to be talking about how to go through the interview process and get hired at Equinox. We're going to take a look at a student's resume, perfect it, and get you hired at Equinox. Enjoy. The whole process of wanting to train at Equinox is just think of the mindset of the clients. In Santa Monica they have roughly 2,000 check-ins a day. And if you have your potential clients giving you their check on your phone, they're seeing you regularly as a front desk person. And then a month later, you're a trainer. It kind of resonates in their mind that, are you really a trainer? And that's kind of I think it's a flaw within the Equinox system as well. Is that when you're prospecting clients, they have you like hand out towels, they have you do stuff like that, and I don't think that's smart to do, just because you will, in the client's mind, they're seeing you as more like a servant, not necessarily a trainer. So this is a Equinox in Santa Monica just the other day, and this is an interview. So you're going to, if you want to get hired at Equinox, you go through the resume process, which we're going to take a look at next with Tyler. They will call you, they'll schedule a time, and there's a couple different scenarios. One of them will be a phone interview first. It could be with the manager, it could be with a headhunter person. They call you and say, hey, tell us about yourself. When can you work? Just kind of screen you real quickly. I've had that happen before. We've probably had about 15 to 20 trainers work at Equinox, so very familiar with the process and how to get hired there. And that's a very common route. The other one will be a group interview like this. I've seen interviews much like 10 people in there. So can you guys kind of see what's, you got 4 people. I think we got 4 dudes. You have 2 managers. This is the fitness manager for Santa Monica. This is the assistant fitness manager. One of Equinox's main drives in 2018 was to hire more females. They did a great job of getting females as managers, but this is going to be your scenarios a lot. It's a lot of guys. 75 to as high as 85% of trainers are guys. They're constantly hiring because of corporate policies. You can't say, we're looking specifically for a girl. You can't put an ad out like that. You get big time trouble. They can't, if they have a bunch of, they're not that diverse, they can't put out there looking for diversity. That's how you get in big time trouble. So they could be looking for a 40-year-old girl trainer, but they can't put that out there. So they're going to run through a lot of people. So first off, when you do apply, don't get frustrated if they don't hire you, because this gym could have 30 other very similar Tylers. So if it doesn't work for that spot, then just go to another one and you just go through the same interview process. So can you see kind of what they're wearing?
The interviewees?
Mm-hmm.
Your average workout clothes.
This guy's in jeans. One of the guys over here had flip-flops on. Like it blows my mind what you get quality-wise when it comes to training. So in my mind, already, I wouldn't hire a single one of these people. Just from that initial look. Come in for it, I'm just going to go, oh shit, I got to ask these people questions, I have to tell them to care, tell them about the brand, but I'm not hiring anyone of you. You can't even come to an interview prepared. Body language is something you want to look at. It's not necessarily good or bad, but just realize that when you, this position, there's nothing wrong with that. They're setting you up there. But when you cover your body up, or if you're open, if you're slouched, those are things that they're looking at. Your hair, your beard, your appearance is very important. They're going to be checking you out. So dress to impress, go in a suit. If it's warm outside, you don't need to wear a Casey? Yeah. She's outside. If you dress to impress, wear a suit. Warm out, you don't have to wear the jacket, but I'll wear slacks, shoes, long sleeve shirt, tie. Already, you will probably get a call back just by doing it. When people tell me that they want to work at Equinox, I'm 100% confident you get a job there. I've never had a trainer, a student graduate, go and interview at Equinox and not get hired. One person, sorry, I have to be rephrase that. One time they didn't because of her moral compass, of which I told her she needs to throw away. But she told them straight up that she wants to do it part-time. And they're not going to hire you if you tell Equinox that you want to work there part-time. They want someone essentially who is willing to work 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. They can't say that because they can't pay you for those hours, but you will grow your book of business the fastest if you are there 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. And the more you're there for the first 2-3 months, the greater likelihood that you're going to stick around. So here is that's what it's like, the interview process. We'll go back to your resume in a second, but what do you think are some questions that they're going to ask you?
Why are you here? Why are you interested in training?
Tell us why you're passionate about training. It's a good question. A lot of them are open-ended questions. So they may say, tell us why you got into fitness. Common responses, I'm passionate about it. Love that word. Fitness has been in my life forever. I love to exercise. So be creative, stick out in their mind. If there was, this would be, if any one of you guys were in there, you guys would smoke this interview and you guys would get hired. But imagine if there were 10 high-quality prospects. Still haven't come across that when it comes to these interviews, so it's like playing a 4th grade basketball team. It's very easy to go through the interview process, and it's kind of cool. When I work out at Equinox, I'll have people come up to me, I feel like a little celebrity, and the trainers will shake my hand and say, oh, thank you for that YouTube video you just did. It helped me get hired. And I just tell people, this is what they're going to ask you, this is what you need to say, this is what you don't need to say. Dress the part, ask good questions, don't ask stupid questions. There's no such thing as stupid questions, that's bullshit, because there is. How much do I get paid? Right away, that's a stupid question. You can go and you can, these are the tiers that they have. So as of 2016, this is yesterday I got this, you're looking at a tier 1 trainer, 110 down to 97, tier X, 170 to 155. I'm not quite sure with the tier X, the pricing, how it's structured. I've never really talked to someone who's been tier X. I know that you will get an opportunity when you go in. You start out at tier 1, you have an opportunity to test out of tier 1 right away and do a tier 2. So they have something called EFTI, Equinox Fitness Training Institute, which is a dummy down version of what you guys learned here. You should be able to pass it. I've had 50% of trainers go through here, go to Equinox, and they pass the test and they're in tier 2. So what happens is your percentage of pay goes up, and how you get paid more is the more sessions that you do. 21 sessions a week is considered full-time. So if you're doing 85 plus sessions in a month, then you start getting comps. So you're going to go, so roughly tier 1 trainer, you rarely sell singles. So you do a 12 pack, which would be $100 per session, and you will be making anywhere from 28 to 38 of those dollars. So they don't talk about this in Equinox. I think this is one of the biggest flaws that they have, is they don't tell you why that percentage is low. So do you guys think that's fair, $28 to $38 if they're charging 100?
Maybe.
Okay, maybe. What do you think the average person makes? It's not fair. They're taking all my money. I'm doing all the work, me, victimhood, and I should be making more. So what they should do is they should have, once you get hired, they should sit everyone down and go through all of their costs. How much the gym costs, how much it costs to pay maintenance, how much all of these things factor into you getting 20 to 30% of the hourly rate. They are giving you the clients. It's not hard to get clients at a gym when there's people all around. You have people, literally, how many people do you see out there right now you can go train? None. There's no one. You can't. How do you get clients here? You got to go out there and talk to people who aren't interested in training. Hey, how's it going? Fuck you. Oh shit, sorry. It's hard to get clients outside of a big box gym. Equinox, you have literally hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people who are working out. That's a warm lead. You go up and say, hi, how are you? You smile, you talk to them. What are we working out today? Oh, you're doing straight arm pull downs. Great back exercise. What are you hitting after this? Want to work out sometime? We should work out, dude. I'll show you a cool finisher, blah, blah, blah. You work out, you love the exercise. It's not hard to get clients. You smile, you look the part, you dress the part, you listen to your managers. They don't go through the day in the life of a manager. And I think that's another big screw up Equinox does. They should tell you what correspondence that these two managers are getting from their bosses. Are you at your numbers? 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 10, 15 times a day, hundreds of emails per month. They're also being hounded on hitting their HR stuff, making sure new policies are updated. When they get sued, which they get sued all the time, they have to have new workshops for the trainers. When they have meetings, you got to be on time. And guess how many times when they have meetings, people are on time? Never. I'm the manager. I just got a new policy from my boss saying that we have these new gray shirts. Everyone needs to wear them. Dylan lost his already. We don't have any more, so he starts showing up in his blue shirt. I get in trouble because we're having a audit today, and the boss is here. So they go through a lot of shit. They have X amount of hours that they're supposed to delegate to you guys for floor shifts. A floor shift is going to be usually a 5-hour block of where you walk around in a similar color shirt, but it's like this blue, and you prospect. It says train on it, so you're a trainer. Talk to people about what exercise are you doing, hello, you create a rapport with people that are at the gym. And then when you train someone or you schedule what's called a EqualFit, you're going to get paid 15, 20 bucks an hour, I believe. And then you get 2 of those. So every member has 2 EqualFits. So let's see if I check into my Equinox app. This will give you something like training. So I get two sessions. It's going to tell me which ones. So you schedule your fitness assessment. So then I would go on here and I can choose my trainer. I see Tyler, I schedule it. He gets a little notification, puts it in his schedule. I come in. He needs to tell me all of the expectations for that hour. Hey, how you doing? Here's Tyler. I'm going to take you through an EqualFit. Today what we're going to talk about is your goals. We're going to go through a movement screen, FNS. We're going to talk about background. We're going to go through a PAR-Q. What's PAR-Q stand for? Physical activity readiness questionnaire. You're going to do blood pressure. You're going to do they have what's called a, I forget the name. It's some type of fit. It's a little. It's like the BIA, but it's more advanced. You stand on it, you hold it, gives your body fat percentage, and it tells you about all the things that are essentially wrong with you. The whole purpose of that assessment is for the trainer to make you feel insecure and bad about yourself, so you sign up for training. They're going to lie and say that's what they're trying to help you out, but they're going to have you do the FMS, which is 7 little screens to show you that you can't move well and why you need training to fix those impairments. One of the tests is this. You can't touch your hands behind your back. You're going to die if you don't train with me. So essentially, you're able to scare people into working with you. If you do it properly, the assessment is a huge advantage for you because you'll be able to sign people up by your knowledge and by educating them. So you will do the FNS, functional movement screen, 7 tests, and then you'll schedule them up for another EqualFit, which is their actual demo of training. So you'll write out a program, you take them through a workout, and then you will sell them on training. You will present this to them. So, Mr. Jones, you told me that your goal was to lose 10 pounds. I think that after going through your EqualFit, that this is very reasonable to do within the 3 months if you told me what your goal is. I'm going to suggest you train me 3 times a week. So for the next 3 months, what's 3 times 4? Attaboy. Times that by 3? 36. So we don't have 36 on here. I don't know why, but I think the best solution is going to be for you to sign up for 24 sessions, which is going to be 23, 28. How would you like to pay for that? Do you want us to run your card on the account, or do you want to pay me on the table in cash? Just joking. You can't let me buy. Just joking. But I'm right. So then you have the transaction, you get a client, and then you start training them. And so your 4 hours go from 15 a week, they start coming down as you get more clients. It's numbers. The more people you talk to, the more assessments you're going to get. The more assessments that you have, the more clients that you're going to get. The average trainer at an Equinox closes 20 to 30% of their assessments. Blows my mind. They are essentially the pinnacle of training, and they broadcast all this. You know, those are great numbers, and it's terrible, man. I don't see how so many people are not getting rendered. Rendered means you are training them. And I think it comes down to education, 100%, and experience. I would bet my life, these 4 trainers, 75% of them, so 3 of them are NASM certified. They got the NASM textbook, they read it, and they haven't trained another person. I would bet my life that out of these 4, 3 of them have not trained another person. They are passionate about fitness, they like doing it, and they hated their last job. And so they're coming into this experience with false expectations, because what these 2 are probably doing is leading them with the 100,000. They like to talk about that a lot. It's not a knock to them, that's just the corporate structure. You can make 100,000. You can. I have a trainer who works through here, who's working at Equinox, and he's clearing about 15 grand a month. He's doing really, really well. He's been there for 3 years. Yeah. And he looks the part, he talks the part, really educated. In the beginning, he was a go-getter. He did everything and anything for his managers. What you guys need me to do, and he was a big thinker. So the average trainer, 3 weeks of showing up regularly, they don't get a lot of clients, they're getting that 3 out of 10 close rate, they come to their boss, I'm not getting any clients. I'm trying really hard, can you give me more? Give me some clients. They're like a bum. And so the manager, that's their goal, is they have to get them clients, but they're not thrilled about it. Versus Chris, when he went through, he said, here's what I want to do. I want to do a booty camp class, of which I'm going to run on these times. Here's a graphic that I designed going over what it's going to look like. Is this something that I would be able to do? The manager's like, yeah, that's awesome. Let's get HR to approve the graphic, but let's get this out there. How much work did the manager have to do? 0. So you just came to me and basically said, you're going to start making me more money. Damn it, I hate you. Well, that's what your managers love. That's why he's still training them. So in order to make 15 grand a month, he was the top 10 trainers in the whole entire gym. There's roughly 3,000 trainers at Equinox. He was number like 20, maybe he got down like 13. The number 1 trainer is in Super Sport one. She's doing like 240 sessions a month, which is insane. It's like 70 plus sessions a week. She's making a lot of money, but it's kind of ironic because I see this a lot, high burnout with trainers, because they chase the dollar. And so she doesn't exercise, she doesn't continue her education. She took her first vacation after she's been there for 3 years, for 3 days to Santa Barbara. Sorry, but if you're making well over $100,000, a 3-day vacation to Santa Barbara isn't really high on my list. No offense, but I don't think I want to work for 3 years to get a 3-day vacation. So it's not to knock or discourage you, it's just to set realistic expectations. I know trainers there that are very happy there. If you go in with this mindset that it's going to be super easy and you're just going to be training celebrities and Instagram people all day long, it's not the case. You're going to be working with middle-aged, 35 to 55-year-old males and females who typically don't like to exercise very hard. You're going to have individuals who like to do a set and then sit down and talk for 5 minutes. And if you push them too hard, they may not train with you anymore. So it's not like you're training world-class athletes where you just kick the shit out of them for 60 minutes. It's different. So that's the life of a trainer at Equinox, but let's get you in there. So how do you get in there? You got to go to we're going to take a look at Tyler's resume in a second, but the interview process, they're going to ask things like, why do you want to become a trainer? What are your strengths?
So my strengths are based on my education that I learned through show fitness. I know the body through advanced anatomy, the basic movement patterns. The way I train is through progressive overloading, and through basic nutrition. I can also provide an extra service.
So the manager will be like this. You're going to get hired perfectly fine, and I love the name drop. Thank you. Make sure most people know about show fitness. That's great.
Throw some business cards.
Yep, give them some business cards, and then get some more students. But they're going to ask you strengths. They're also going to ask you weaknesses. And weaknesses are kind of it's learning the game of an interview. A weakness essentially needs to be your strength. The best weakness you can have is you work too much. That's what they want to hear. You know, one of the weaknesses that I have is I tend to work really hard at something that I enjoy doing. And so I found in the past that I would work 7 days a week and I would get burned out. So what I discovered from my weakness of working too much is I have to give myself 1 day a week where I just give myself completely that day off. How much of a weakness is that? You just told me that you worked too hard, and what you did is you learned how to overcome that by giving yourself a day off. Is that really even a weakness? No. I'd be like, that's a great answer. So this little cookie cutter answer. You got to play the game. You got to go through this. All the people that actually like, because they're screening you, because people will literally say, waking up early. It's a big weakness that I have. I just don't like, and you know what? I do not like women as my manager. It's just, I just don't do well when girls tell me what to do. And the manager's like, holy shit, people are that dumb. So they're just screening you to see, are you confident, are you an idiot? And there's a lot of idiots out there. So go through a couple of weaknesses that you may have, tailor them to yourself, but if you're not sure, it's okay to delay. Always okay to say, that's a great question, give me a second to think about it. And just be quiet and look at them and smile. It's gonna make them uncomfortable. But you're ever asked a hard question, there's nothing, most people are gonna go, what I think is, I'm just gonna give a lot of word fillers. That's a great question. Is it all right if I take a second to think about it, or maybe have someone else go? There's nothing wrong with saying that, that's being honest. So, what are your weaknesses? What is your training style? You talked about that. What are your thoughts on the Equinox brand? Who are 3 people you follow on Instagram? Tell us about a time when you trained someone who was constantly late. Tell us about a time when you trained someone and you hurt them. You may have never trained anyone. You need to go through a scenario in your life as a trainer where you train someone in that similar capacity. What would you do if you were training and another trainer came up to you and started an argument? They want to see how you engage with them, but also how you work with other people. Those are the basic questions that they're going to ask you. It may take 30 minutes. They're going to tell you about the brand, how much you could potentially make. They're going to ask about, what do you know about Equinox? And I think the single best question that you can ask the best thing you can do in the interview is at the end, ask them a question to get them to think. It's kind of a little weird game I have. When I get interviewed, I want them to think and almost stump them to kind of piss them off. So she's going to tell you how long she's been there. I've been training here at Equinox for 8 years. So what is a trait that you have learned or evolved since you've been in this position that maybe you did not have before? Get them to think. You know, I want to know. You'll be like, shit, I'm about to get back to you. What the fuck are you interviewing me? What's going on? You know, get them to go through some scenarios. You know, if you were in my position, what are 3 pieces of advice that you would, asking the manager, if you could go back and be the mentor to yourself 10 years ago, what would be the 3 pieces of advice that you would give that person? You get them to think a little bit. Because most of the time they're going to ask at the end, do you have a question? And everyone says no. Don't ask about pay. If you have a kid, you can ask about child care, that's fine. Insurance, they usually cover all that stuff. Know stuff about the company. So who can tell me about Precision Nutrition?
About what nutrition, sir? About what nutrition?
Precision Nutrition.
Precision. Precision.
So that shows if you, obviously you guys are new, so you have done your research on Equinox. That's a question that they like to ask because it shows me, have you done some research on the process of a trainer at Equinox? And if you want to become a 3+ trainer, you need to get the Precision Nutrition certification, which they pay for. It's like $1,000. Think of it as the nutrition like NASM. So, talk to me about it. So, Dr. Berardi, he was the nutritionist who created Precision Nutrition. It is more of a psychological approach to nutrition, not just counting calories. It's a behavioral aspect of eating. It's a great nutrition cert. Great, you'll be the only one that knows that. You will get bonus points. Who can tell me about FMS? The FMS, the Functional Movement Screen by Dr. Cook. He's the physical therapist that designed 7 screens that they will take you through to see if you are ready to exercise. So these are their processes, and they're going to ask you about it. Doing your research, you could ask them about what are your thoughts on the 4 hotels that you guys are opening up? They'll be like, oh, I like that. You did some research, you realize that not only is Equinox a top gym, but now they're getting into the hotel space. That's pretty cool. They're gonna have 4 of them: Seattle, Chicago, LA, and they just opened up the first one in New York. The average night, $7.99, not bad. And the gyms are supposed to be phenomenal. So if I were to work really hard for the next 18 months, what are your guys' thoughts, or what are your guys' procedures of me moving to the hotel that they're going to open up in Los Angeles? That's a fine question to ask. That tells them, like, oh, this person's a go-getter. They want to potentially work for the brand. So any questions about the interview before we get into the resume?
I was gonna say, so like I know personality varies, especially as a trainer, and I don't know exactly how much that actually plays into like hiring and also like probability of you fitting into that team or whatever. So like me personally, I'm much more of like a quieter certain, but like I mean I'm personable depending on the situation, and obviously in an interview I'm in a different mentality with more rest too. But like for someone who's a little bit more quieter and serious, but still more professional and educated and personable, would that like send me back anywhere or no?
No.
So they don't take into like that bubbly, loud, and friendly.
They do, they do, but think of it like they have 40 trainers there. Just the fact that you are a little more bubbly, it's just maybe a little plus next to your name. It's not going to be the deciding factor. So strong and silent works real well. And it's not going to be something, like if you were no offense, but if you were morbidly obese and you showed up like one of these guys and you were super quiet, yeah, they're going to be like, oh, don't think this is going to work. But if you had a crazy awesome personality that was you, they'd be like, doesn't really look like a trainer, because they can't tell you that. Oh, we're not going to hire you because you don't look like a trainer. No. You look like a trainer, you talk like a trainer, personality is perfectly fine. Your demeanor and everything is great. Don't worry about it. You will let your skills showcase themselves in the next interview. So today is Thursday. They're going to tell you that they're going to get back to you within a business day or 2, which they never do, so don't freak out. They'll probably get back to you next Tuesday or Wednesday, and they're going to say via email, can you come in for the second interview tomorrow at 12 o'clock? And you say yes. And they're going to say, here is the scenario of your client. You got Bill, he's a 42-year-old ex-basketball player. He has right knee pain, and he wants to lose 25 pounds. Are there any questions that you want to ask Bill before you train him tomorrow? You respond back via email. I'm going to go through a Part Q, physical activity readiness questionnaire. I'm going to assess Bill to see how his knee is. I'm not a doctor or a therapist, but I want to see if there is any past injuries to his knee. Does he have a meniscus tear? Does he have an ACL problem? What is it? I'm going to screen him through the assessment that we have with the functional movement screen. Then I'm going to take him through an appropriate workout for his specific goals. So if he wants to work on his upper body strength, they want to see if you can program upper body exercises. Are you having him do plyo push-ups? That's not the best thing to do. Movement competency 1. You got to be stable before you're strong. You got to be strong before you're powerful. Are you just doing stupid exercises? And to be honest, they really don't care. If you look the part, you talk the part, you do stupid shit when you're training, they're going to be like, Tyler is going to crush it here. Who really cares about his training style? Because he's going to get a lot of sales. That's the way it is. They're not analyzing how great of a trainer you are. They're seeing if you can make them money. Because at the end of the day, these two are thinking, how much do I have to work with Tyler? Tyler's a great guy, but I don't really want to hang out with him. I don't want to mentor him. I want him to come in there and crush it. Go ham. Go grind it out. Go, what are the ones you guys used today? Hustle away. You're just going to go in there and just slay, do all that stuff you guys talked about, and you're just going to grind. I want you to do it yourself. I don't want to have to coach you through sales or insecurities. How do you feel about selling training? I love sales. Great. Tell them what they want to hear. This is the guy who's going to do great, so they don't have to work with you as much. That second workout, you will take someone through like a 15-minute workout. Basically, can you just not kill them? the second workout is easier than the first interview, which this is easy as well. They just want to see, are you not going to kill someone? And when I say that, like literally, if someone has a knee problem, are you going to have them doing jumps? It's very common sense for smart folk like you. For the average trainer, trainers are idiots. So they're going to do stupid stuff. Bosu ball battle rope things to help with the knee get stronger. Oh, that's stupid. You would never do that, but trainers do. So this would be, hey, Casey, can you, so can you take someone through a very, very simple workout? And if I'm doing a squat, is your knee okay? No, it kind of hurts. Okay, let's try something else. Can you do that? Are you that observant to see, like, because don't mock an injury. You're doing a push-up and they'll go like this. All right, let's push your elbows in a little bit. Ooh, did that hurt your shoulder? Yeah, it really did. Okay, let's come over here and regress you and bring you to the wall. How does that feel? That feels a lot better. Okay. So it's not rocket science. You'll be able to plow through that second one. So first interview, they're screening you to see if you look the part, you show up on time. Once you get there, if your interview's at 8 o'clock, at least 7:30. The number one excuse that I would punch you in the face if you used, traffic. We're in LA, it's not rocket science. So if you have an 8 o'clock interview, get there at 7. That's my suggestion. Find a coffee spot. They have a little place there. Drink some coffee, check people out. Who knows, maybe you're gonna meet another trainer in there and they give you some pointers. Oh, you're gonna be meeting with Andrew. Cool guy, he likes the Bulls, so if you really wanna, puffer it up, talk about Chicago, you'd be good. And so get there an hour early, dress the part, and you'll be good. Bring your resume with you. So let's take a look at the resume.
So, for instance, like when you say dressing the part, like obviously for the first interview, it's much more professional, but like if you're going through the second one, you're kind of like the mock trainer per se.
Yep.
Would you be more like in fitness out like attire or still?
Yep. They will put on their business casual. Sorry, workout casual. So you just go, literally you can go like that. And you'll go in there, take them through a workout. They want to see if you can program for them. If you just do your basic program being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 on the patterns and an exercise, you'll be fine. So if it's an elderly person, just do a bridge, body weight squats, push-ups, band pull-aparts, and a 2-to-1 ratio, pulling and pushing, you'll be fine. So when it comes to the resume, they're just really screening you to see if you can put down, if you can articulate sentences. Are you talking like a third grader? Like, I'm really excited to get this job, LOL. Like, you used LOL or ha ha ha. You'd be surprised at the resumes that you get. Don't send a picture of yourself. I've gotten so many pictures of people because it's LA and it's like, I want to be a trainer. Here's my profile pic. This isn't an acting class. I don't want to see what you look like. I can see you on Instagram. I know how to do that. Don't send me a picture of yourself. So when we take a look at the design, so we're gonna, I like the first part, so you're gonna take your name on there, obviously, you want that to be the biggest part. And then I would probably just move some of this up. So I'll take that out and then put that in the heading. So then they can see that stuff up here. And we'll doctor it up so and then what you want to have is over here, have like your objective. And that's going to be essentially why they should hire you. What are you looking at? So you don't need to do a cover letter. And essentially this is what you start out with, a cover letter, unless they ask for one in fitness. Unless you're going to be like applying for a CEO position, they won't ask for a cover letter. But if they do, write one out. You don't need to submit one. So I would put here your objective. And your objective is to work with athletes at Equinox.
My objective would be to improve the quality of wellness in the general population and to teach others to increase other lifestyle attributes.
Great, we'll put that in there. So I wouldn't talk about kids, I wouldn't talk about athletes or influencers because you're not going to train any of those. So I like exactly what he said. Let's take this out. Let's go to obtain a position where I can apply my education. And what did you say about general population?
To improve the wellness of the general population and to educate them where I can in areas of fitness and health, or fitness and nutrition.
We can add in one other sentence, right? So to obtain a position where I can apply my education to improve the wellness in general of the general population. What would be that?
And can I say something more like selfish in the sense of like also to increase my experience through working with others to become better serviceable?
I wouldn't throw that in there.
What about to build and to found solid relationships within that big picture?
Yeah, so to obtain a position, I like that. To add something in there about working with a team environment, or trying to think of something that says
More selfless.
brain fart, but to be part of a community where you can grow into like a career or something like
Yeah.
that. So you could say to work for a company. So I'll add that into there. So what I want to do here is take this part out and leave this on there. And so then you go into your professional experience, like that. 13. Good. So we're going to take, you don't have to have any type of explanation or reviews. You're going to put your professional experience, your certifications you can put on there as well. It's good. Education, I like that. And then last one you can put on there references available upon request. But all this stuff is great. You can put, you don't need to put like high school unless you're right at high school. You don't need to put a GED, or you want to talk for the
relative to
yeah, but also if you don't have the experience, you're fortunate that you do. You know, what if you were Dylan, for example? He hasn't trained anyone, say, and he was an Uber driver. So you know, I have no experience. Yeah, you do. You can work with people. So what were your what did you do in the last position? In your last position, I was able to develop relationships by communicating with people and learning more about their lives. So that's an important thing, that they can recognize that you can talk to people. If you have any cross-selling abilities, they like seeing that. So while I was at Uber, I would take people, I would get them safely from their destination A to B. And then I also have a side business where I sell hats, and I would sell 1 out of every 10 clients a hat. Like, I don't know if you do that, but that's something relative where it's like you have something here and you're selling stuff. So at Equinox, someone comes in for a workout, you're going to be able to tell them to go get a chiropractor or massage or something like that. So this is all great. Besides that, we'll go in there and we'll doctor up the other stuff. But to summarize how to get hired at Equinox, show up an hour before, look the part, talk the part, communicate, ask good questions. They will bring you back in for the second interview, which you'll then take someone through a workout, communicate with them well through email, and you'll be good to go. So